talk about Pythagorean Theorem. You can search the YouTube or Google, so you can find lots of things about it. I'm going to talk about how we use this theory. Let's talk about what is it first. So if we have a right triangle, the legs, let's call this side called hypotenuse, these sides and these sides we call them legs. The square built with these legs, so if the length is here a, the area of this square here will be a times a square. On the same idea, if you build a square on this leg, so b times b, area of this red square will be b square. So if you make a square by using length of the hypotenuse, so this will be c length of the hypotenuse c, so this will be c square. So the ideas come up from here. Area of that one, so a square plus area of b square, it's all time equal to c square. So area a square plus b square equal to c square. You can say that one. Square of the legs, sum of the squares of the legs, it's equal to square of the hypotenuse. You can call it that way. Or square of the hypotenuse is equal to the square root of the first leg plus square of the second leg. You can call it that way too. So let's see one example here. For example, there's an triangle. It's here, as you see, and this is 3, and that side is 4. That side must be 5. So 3 square is 9. Actually, you can see from here it's 9. So area of this square is 9. Plus area of this the other square is 16. 4 square, 4 times 4 is 16. So let's add them, is equal to 25. As you see, area of this side is equal to 25. Of course, 3, 4, 5 is a special triangle. So you can say these are whole number. If it's not whole number, we will use square root instead of these numbers. That's it. Actually, that's all things. Of course, you don't need to draw squares or this square or this square. Let's write an example. Okay. Let's say this is 3 centimeter and this is 12 centimeter. What is the length of that side? So what is the rule? Let's say this is c, hypotenuse. So c square is equal 3 square plus 12 square. So it's equal 9 plus c square, it's equal 9 plus 144, 12 times 12. So c square equal 165. So use square root, c is equal square root of 165. So that's it. So we can say that this is equal 165, square root of 165. That's how we use it. Or let's solve another example. Okay, let's draw square root that one. So let's draw that right triangle. That's the right triangle. Let's say this is 5, that's 12. Then what is the hypotenuse? So c square it's equal 12 square plus 5 square. So c square equal y12, legs and this leg 5. So 12 square plus 5 square. 12 square is 144 plus 5 square, 25. So c square 144 plus 25. What is it? 169. Use the square root. As you see, 169 is a perfect squared number. So it's a squared number. So what is the square root of 169? It's equal 13. So in the previous example, as you see, 165. So it's not a squared, perfect square. So it's not a square of a number. So we cannot take it away, take out of the square root. But here it's 169. So instead of 169, I can write 13 square. So square root and square is gone, only 13 left. So c equal to 13. I think that much information is enough. Let's solve some examples. Okay, let's start. You can download this PDF. You can check the video's explanation part. I will put a link for that PDF. You can solve it before the watching. You can stop the video here and try to solve the questions. Let's start with that one. Okay. Hypotenuse is not given. That's a right triangle as you see, and hypotenuse is not given. So what is the rule? C squared equal 8 squared plus 5 squared. So C squared it's equal 8 squared is 64. 8 times 8 is 64 plus 5 times 5 25. So what is the C squared? Again equal 64 plus 25 89. Use the square root here. Oh, very good. C is equal square root of 89. The answer is D. Let's continue with question 2. Okay, here it's an interesting question. The triangle with coordinates. So you need to remember coordinate plane. Let's draw a coordinate plane here. It will not be perfect maybe. Okay, 2.2. Where is the 2.2? It's here and here. Let's say 1, 2, 1, 2, 2.2. Let's say it's here. And 2.8. The x is 2, y is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, another point is here. Last point 4, 2. X is 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And y is 2. So it's on that line. So let's say this is 2 line. Oh, so here. As you see, that's become a right triangle when you connect all these sides. And it says find the length of the hypotenuse. Let's say this is C. So how can we know other sides? Let's say this is 1, 2, as you see here, 2, 3, 4. Look. From here to here, 4. And from here to until here, 2. So 4 minus 2, if I cancel that side, 4 minus 2, 2. So this is 2. The length of this line is 2. What about that side? Until here 2. From here to here is 8. If I cancel these 2, 8 minus 2 is 6. So this is the 6. Now I find the length of the sides, the length of the legs, and let's use the Pythagorean Theorem. What is it? C squared equals 6 squared plus 2 squared. C squared equal 36 plus 4. So it makes 40. C squared equal 40. Yeah, let's use the square root here. And from here I can say C equals square root of 40. And when I check the options, there is no square root of 40. But 40 has a perfect squared factors. It has a factors and it's a perfect square. What is it? 4. 4 times 10. So 4 times 10, I can separate that one. 4 multiplied by 10. Why? Because 4 is a perfect square. Let's continue from, now I have space to write. 4 times 10. Instead of 4 times 10, I can separate this 4 multiplied by 10 because that's a property of square root. Square root of 4 multiplied by square root of 10. And square root of 4 is perfect square. It's square root of the 2. 2 times square root of 10. And which option is correct? The option B is correct. 2 times square root of 10. So there is another question. This time, that's a really good question. As you see, hypotenuse is given. One of the leg is given, and it's the question asking about the second leg. So unknown. There is an unknown leg. So what we know? Let's say b squared plus a squared equals c squared. Why I wrote that one? Why I didn't say c squared equal a squared plus b squared? Because there is an unknown, so b. We don't know this leg. If we don't know leg, we can write sum of the legs equal to hypotenuse. So the other side of the equation will be a number. So what is the first b? We don't know, b squared plus what is a? 5. Leg 1, the other leg. We know that leg. So 5 squared. It's equal. What is the hypotenuse? 10 squared. So b squared plus 25 equal 100 minus 25. This is simple algebraic expressions. So b squared equals 75. Use the square root. Very good. b is equal. We can cancel square and square root. Only b left. b is equal square root of 75. check the options, there is no square root of 75. So I can assume 75 has a perfect squared number factor. So one of the factors is a perfect square. So what is it? 25. As you see, 25 times 3. So I can write here 20. Oh, sorry. Okay, now square root of 25 multiplied by 3 instead of 75. So it will be 5 square root of 3 by 25 is 5 squared, and 5 we can take out of the square root of. So b equal 5 square root of 3. The answer is D. Another good question. What is the question here? Arya and Ahmed start walking at the same point. So there is a point. But Arya walks 3 meters to the south. Oh, north. South. I will go down. How many meters? Until here. Let's say 3 meters. And Ahmed walks 10 meters to the east. West and east 10 meters. So how far apart are May? Oh, there is a problem. May and Sarah. It must be Arya and Ahmed. Okay, how far apart are Arya and Ahmed when they stop? So one of them stop here. So let's draw with blue color. This will be here, and the other will be here. How far away? So this call, if this is 90 degrees, because one of them walk to the south, the other walk to the east. So I can say this is 90 degrees. And here the hypotenuse. The question asking about hypotenuse. Hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the leg square. So 3 square plus 10 square. C square equal 9 plus 100, 109. So use the square root. So C is equal square root of 109 in, yes, it's option B. Okay, the other questions are similar, so I will solve them a little bit fast. So as you see, question asking about hypotenuse. C square equal 2 square plus 5 square. C square equal 4 plus 25 is 29. Use the square root for to cancel this square at the C. C is equal square root of 29. So that's a bit fast. I will solve this question a bit slow because lots of students ask me how we put the point on the coordinate plane. Triangles with the coordinates 3, 7, 3, 9, 7, 7. Find the length of hypotenuse. Same idea. So all the given points, there is no negative number, so I will choose here. So 3 and 7. X is 3. 1, 2, 3. And 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that's enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3, 7 is here. So I put this point. Okay. And 3, 9. It's here. 3, 9 here. That's okay. I connect them. 7, 7. Oh, very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's fine. Okay. Very good. The question is asking about hypotenuse. Now we finish the drawing. Here we need to calculate the length of the legs. Until here this is 7, this is 9. So when I go here 7, how much more here between these two line? 2. So this is 2 unit. That's 3. Until here it's 3. From beginning to here it's 7. So 7 minus 3, that's become 4. So C square equal 2 square plus 4 square. It's equal 2 square is 4. 4 square is 16. 16 plus 4 is 20. C square equal 20. Use the square root. Okay, C equals square root of 20. Okay, now you cannot see there is any option. There isn't any option. Square root of 20. Why? That means square, as we know, square root of the 20 has a factor, perfect square number. It is 4. 4 times 5. So because of that, I can separate this 20. How can I separate it? I can write it 4 times 5. So its variable 4 is 2 square. So 2 square go out of the square root as 2. But why? There's a property 2 squared multiplied by 5. Why I wrote here 2 square? Because 4 equal 2 square. So 2 and square is gone. Only 2 left. 2 times square root of 5. So the answer is option C. So that's it. Square root of 20. Here you need to think about its factors. Can we factorize with perfect square? Yes, 20 we can factorize it by 4. 2 more questions. Then I will upload this video and these questions onto YouTube. I will put PDF so you can download it from the link. I will put a link for you. Okay, let's see the question. You don't need to read. B equal what? So as you see, this is not hypotenuse. This is like if the length is given, hypotenuse is given, and unknown number, unknown length is the length. So b square equal. Sorry, not b square equal, of course. Okay. Now b square plus 6 square. As you see, we can instead of this one I can say a, instead of this one I can say c. So leg square plus another leg square, it's equal hypotenuse square. So 9 square. B square plus 36 equal 81. 81, 36. So minus 36, minus 36. So I will get here b square. B square is equal. So 50, 40, 45, 45. So square root of 45, I will separate it 9 times 5. 9 is a perfect square, so 3 square root of 5. So square root of 9 multiplied by square root of 5 is equal to square root of 45. And square root of 9, I can write 3. 3 square root of 5, not 3, sorry. So the answer is B. And the last question, same mistake. I changed the 9 names here, but not that one. So this must be Burwa. I can write here Bawa. Okay. Burwa and Bawan start the walk at the same point, but Bro walks 7 meters. Let's start from here. 7 meters to the north. I'm sorry, I couldn't draw very okay. North to the north. And stop. This is 7 meters. Baban walks 4 meters to the east. Sorry, I did a mistake because when we write north, north must be, yeah, that's better. North, so that's east up 7 meters. And Baban walks 4 meters to the east, not that, here that's 4 meters. What is the height? How much they far away? The question same. So the question asking about this hypotenuse c squared is equal 49 plus 16. So let's write 7 squares. Okay, don't confuse with it. 7 squared plus 4 squared. C squared equal 49 plus 16. 49 plus 16 is 65. Use square root. So the answer is square root of 65. This is the end of the video.